Which battlefield are you headed to?
I'll do what I need to.
I can do this.
Come on, let's go. Let's all make it out of this alive.
Allow me.
Victory will be ours.
Take a breather.
Together awaited this moment.
I don't think I can handle this.
Let us press our advantage further. I'm not sure I can hold this opponent back.
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous about this.
Shall we? A taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
Have to keep the momentum going.
This stronghold will fall!
I'm not sure I can hold this opponent back. I have no mercy to offer our enemies.
Nice, Dimitri. But the next one's mine. We did it!
You shall pay for this, you hear?
I'm glad that went well.
Somebody help me!
I'll back them up.
Not a problem.
I hope our founder, King Lu, will be proud of this.
A fearsome warrior who can crush entire armies single-handedly. It's like King Luke himself is on the battlefield with us.
We won! Is everyone all right?
Curse that doddering old fool. Striking out on his own was idiotic to the utmost degree. Had he only been more patient, we could have all joined with the Imperial Army's main corps and mobilized as one cohesive unit.
It seems the kingdom's offer of shelter to the Central Church incensed him to act. You know how deeply Lord Lenato's hatred for the Church and their kind has festered. Ever since the day they brought a blade down on his son's neck.
But what of his adopted son? Wasn't he made a knight of the royal family? For a time he served the Grand Duke of Etha as well. I can't possibly fathom what the man is thinking.
Really? The matter seems rather open and shut to me. He possesses a burning hatred for both the church and the Archbishop at its head. Just as they deserve the ultimate punishment in Lenato's mind, so too does the king, who has chosen to take them in.
If only he'd slowed down for a moment to consider how his ridiculous actions would affect me. I carried out my betrayal of the kingdom with the promise of imperial protection of our territory firmly in sight. That will, of course, all be for naught if this ends with our lands razed to the ground and my head skewered on the lance of the enraged King of Fargus.
I imagine he will be quite angry. Yes. We should prepare ourselves for what's to come.
If Lord Lenato and his men fall, Aryan Road is sure to be met with a siege. In which case, we head it back to the kingdom. A peace offering, if you will. But if Lenato emerges victorious, we defect to the Empire as planned. Both sides covet the fortress. Whichever way the winds of war blow, we only need match them to stay afloat.
Are you sure, Your Excellency? Normally you'd balk at such cagey behavior.
Don't play dumb with me, Gwendol. You've said it yourself. There will be no shame in surrender as long as you fight tooth and nail to the end.
Hey!
Come on, let's go.
Our defenses are unbreakable. Show them just why that is so.
We have to do everything we can.
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'll do my best. I'll back them up.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the...
Shall we? Allow me.
Take a breather.
I've awaited this moment.
Don't let the stronghold fall. To your posts, everyone.
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
On to the next then. Let us press our advantage further.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
We did it!
Bring it down!
How can I face my comrades after this?
Okay, let's go.
Shall we? Come.
Is that all we've got?
Shall we?
How can I face my comrades after this?
I'm glad that went well.
feeble defense.
Stay sharp. Keep those eyes and ears open.
Retreat!
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield. I'm all right.
Can't let it end like this.
Let's make the most of this.
Thanks, Dimitri. But the next one's mine.
To my might. Stand down!
We would never have withstood that without everyone's help.
Hey,
So, what do you think?
Come on, let's go. There's no time to
Allow
waste.
me.
We have to help.
Awaited this moment.
We have to do everything we can.
Get going. Not a problem. I've got this.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the best of our ability.
Here I go.
I can go.
Leave this to me. Time to make a name for ourselves.
we won't last at this rate. We need assistance. I'm all right.
I do hope you'll make this fun for me. We've got an emergency! Send backup! That wasn't so bad.
We won't last at this rate. We need assistance.
That should do it.
See what we can do.
Allow me.
My turn.
A resounding success.
You shall pay for this, you hear?
This is not yet the time for celebration.
A successful conquest.
I think that worked. I'm glad that went well. Use this.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
Awaited this moment.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
That wasn't so bad.
We made it in time. Thank the goddess.
I'll cut them all down.
Understood.
Follow my lead.
All units, retreat! We will not fall
Stand
here!
down.
I must see everyone safe.
We're in bad shape over here.
Let's begin. I will be your shield.
I'll do my best. I'll back them up.
We will proceed as planned.
Yeah, right. I'm going.
How can I face my comrades after this? Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
Awaited this moment.
Here I go.
Is that all? Feeble defense.
All would be lost if I were to die here.
This capture's a big win for our side. Stand down.
A taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
Sorry, but I gotta fall back.
Lend me your strength. We'll win if we work together.
I'm going.
than just some pretty face. I'm here and ready to give my all. I hope I never get used to this kind of thing.
Too slow! Too easy!
We should be safe now. I can do...
No.
I can't.
Well,
After the last 2 years with Dimitri, I thought we'd seen every battlefield there is to see in Fargus. But Macdrid Way, huh? This one's new.
A little foggy, don't you think? I might even hazard to call it a lot foggy. You've never fought in conditions like these, so you do well to keep what wits you have about you. If you're not careful in this fog, you could find yourself walking straight off a cliff. Horrible way to go, if you ask me.
Come on, you're not my mom. I can handle myself.
Wow, look who woke up on the confidence side of the bed. If that's how you feel, maybe you don't even need my help anymore.
Oh, come on, it was a joke. Don't be so sensitive. You know I appreciate you.
Fine. But in case you forgot, if you die, I go with you. Our fates are intertwined. So no doing anything too reckless out there. You understand? Now come on, let's go.
I can do this.
You can leave this to me.
For House Froldarius.
There's no telling.
We must act now, before I'm here to provide back.
Let's begin. I will be your shield.
I'll do what I can. I'm here to help. Hear you loud and leave the where our enemies might be lurking in this fog. Be at the ready for potential ambushes.
In any case, we lack the luxury of waiting for it to clear. Renato must be found and put to the sword as soon as possible.
Got my back?
We will begin by advancing our front line.
I'm here.
All forces, prepare to march. Lend me your strength.
No backing down. Not even against the king himself.
Thanks.
We fight for Lord Lonato.
I can barely see my hand in front of my face. Hey, didn't we bring torches? I appreciate your help.
Understood.
Take a breather.
Leave this to me. Let's go.
I can see way better now. This will make moving around a lot easier too.
Not a problem.
It's not personal.
Allow me. That was close. Please retreat.
My turn? This isn't a battle. It's a bloodbath. We were set out here like lambs to the slaughter.
This is almost too easy. Press our advantage.
Everyone, fall back. We need to regroup.
All is proceeding apace, but don't let up. And keep an eye out for ambushes.
Sylvain time!
Time to get to work.
Well,
My turn?
Those mercenaries must be reinforcements from the Empire. Everyone, gird yourselves.
Didn't think I'd get another shot at the Ashen Demon this soon.
You're more capable than I expected. They're holding back. So much for gauging their strength.
Looks like I'm late. Guess I'll get working on my orders.
Miklan? From House Gautier? What is he doing here?
So, my brother's joining us. Looks like His Majesty really pulled out all the stops.
I'll stop the enemy dead in their tracks. You lot use your brains and figure out how we win this thing.
Someone must be giving these mercenaries their orders. We're going to find them. Miklan can handle things on his own.
I didn't expect they'd have reinforcements, but it doesn't change much. We know what we have to do. All that's left is to do it.
Are you seriously going to sit back and let someone else handle the Ashen Demon for you?
I may be new to Gerald's band, but my only hope is that I don't get you all killed. That funeral would truly be a grave affair. Let us fight with honor. Twas nothing. I won't be the one to drag my new comrades down.
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous about...
shall we? I'll... Allow me. No escape!
I can stand this no longer. I'm falling back.
We should reach their commander if we can get past Alois.
My turn!
I've awaited this moment.
I'll do my best!
It was only a matter of time till they found us. Let's give them a nice, warm welcome.
This tough. These are no ordinary mercs. Sylvain time!
Guess the years are starting to catch up to me.
We'll go together. Go get him, Your Majesty! Not your day, huh?
You're helping too, Sylvain. Stand down!
This job's not worth dying over. Fall back!
I can go.
Fine then. We retreat.
So the mercenaries have fled. Very well. On to the next.
Leave this to me!
Send in the auxiliary units.
This should help.
That's all I've got, Your Majesty. You hear me? We're out of here.
Glad those mercs are gone, but this fog is still as thick as ever.
It's likely that sorcery is to blame for the predicament we find ourselves in.
Then we'll just have to cut those mages down. Now then, if they're the ones invoking this fog, defeating them should dispel it.
We will proceed as planned.
Some assistance, please.
We'll settle this.
I'll do all I can. I've got you now!
I shall take the lead.
I can go.
My turn.
My turn!
Take a breather.
Allow me.
My turn.
I'll do my best. I'm a little...
They found us! To arms! Your trickery ends here. No. The rest falls to you, Lord Lenato.
The fog is lifting. We did it.
The time for subterfuge has passed. We shall meet now in honest combat.
Victory will be ours, Lonato. Come, everyone. We will overwhelm our foes.
But he's done so much to ingratiate himself with the Empire. We can't exactly leave our new friend to die, can we?
Oh, not now! Lonato is but one step away!
If we can just try to reason with Dorothea, though, we might be able to settle things peacefully.
The might of Adrestica is on our side.
Take a breather.
Yes, with our combined forces.
Messengers! We need to stop them before they call for backup.
Is this the end? No, I can keep fighting.
Dorothea, please! I don't want to see you die for nothing.
I can't say I want that either. All right, you win.
If His Majesty means to shelter those vile...
We will proceed as...
church rats, then I shall rebuke him to my final breath. Fling open the gates.
Let's link up! Go! Now!
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
I have burned far too many bridges to turn back now.
Lonato, it's time to settle this.
I will see Kristoff avenged, even at the cost of my own life. Forgive your fool of a father, Kristoff, for he is soon to join you.
And not a moment too soon.
The battle is over. A fine effort, everyone. Especially considering the conditions.
Guess we did our job at least.
Well, well, doesn't someone sound disappointed? And what's with that look?
I don't know. We completed our mission and all, but it still feels like we lost somehow. Sure, we stopped Lonato, and we put Geralt and his mercenaries to rout. But not before they dragged us through one of the toughest fights we've experienced. And most of all, I failed to take down the Ashen Demon. If that's not a loss, I don't know what is.
Wrong. You were hired to do a job, and you did it. And in the process, you've received a valuable reminder about the unique danger the Ashen Demon poses.
You're right. I can't believe one fighter could turn the tide of an entire battle like that.
Precisely. They're surely going to continue standing in our way, so do try to dig a little deeper the next time you square off.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks for the chat.
By the by, have you seen our valiant leader? I wonder where he's scampered off to.
No Felix or the others in sight either. Maybe they're having a meeting or something.
Sounds like you should try to track them down then. Though, on second thought, it may not be any of your business.
I probably shouldn't be sticking my nose into their private matters. But I am pretty curious. Let's go.
I'm a bit...
You did well, Miklan. I will remember the deeds you've performed here today.
You know as well as I that I only did it for the money. Your money.
That's the man from before.
I don't mean to question you, but why exactly are you eavesdropping on them?
It looks like they're having an argument. Butting in now would just make things worse.
What are you playing at, Boar? This washed-up bandit doesn't deserve to look at our army, let alone be a commander in it.
It's a decision I made in collaboration with the Margrave. 2 years ago, after I ascended the throne, I ordered Gustav to capture him, made him swear his allegiance to the royal family, and gave him a unit of soldiers to command.
Spare me the details of how you did it. What I want to know is why.
My army was lacking leaders. We needed capable fighters to fill in the gaps. As for Miklan here, the Margrave himself has instructed him in all manner of military tactics. I've seen his prowess with my own 2 eyes. In the centuries since the time of King Lugh, crests and relics have kept Fargus safe. We've come to depend on that power to protect us from outside attacks, and grown all too complacent in its wake. Naturally, we will take full advantage of our heroes' relics in the battles ahead with Adrestia. But we cannot protect our home with relics alone. If all who could wield them fell, so too would we. The blood of the heroes is thinner now than ever before. We need men like him among our ranks.
I don't doubt the truth of your words, but that's not the issue here. Do you really think it appropriate to trust a man barely removed from his life as a brigand with the responsibility of command?
Everyone's heard the stories of the elder Gautier brother, how he resorted to banditry and plunder. Do you not think our soldiers would object to being led by a man with such history?
Command, huh? It's got a nice ring to it. But you should know, I'm just a prisoner. My attendants, my aides, my best men, all stooges for the royal family, breathing down my neck every waking moment. All the sleeping moments, too.
No wise remarks, Sylvain? You're standing there mute, as if this has nothing to do with you.
I was one of the first His Majesty consulted with. There's nothing I could say that I haven't already. I'm sure you can't stand the sight of me, Miklan. But let's see if we can't get along, okay?
Anyway, now that we're all caught up, I'll await your next orders, Your Majesty, sir.
Let me guess. Any means necessary?
I won't defend it, though I do see use in such a man. What he did in his time as a bandit was monstrous, I admit that. And I deserve no small amount of judgment for giving him command in spite of it. But I can't help but wonder. Perhaps his life could have been dramatically different had he only possessed a crest. Same as the uncle I murdered.
I understand your reasoning, Your Majesty. Yet he's hurt so many people.
What's done is done. Stolen goods may be returned, but stolen lives cannot. If the man is unwilling to atone for his wrongdoings, then he will pay for it with his head. If he does wish to repent, however, then what better way to do so than by risking his life on behalf of our people? If any among us still can't forgive him, by all means, take up your arms and enact vengeance.
I get what you're trying to do, but you still should have talked to us first. This isn't about who shoulders what blame. It's a matter of letting us know what you're thinking.
You're right, Felix. My apologies. Now then, we march on Aryan Road as planned. With House Rowe's military might crippled, seizing the fortress should be a somewhat simpler matter.
The Silver Maiden. Can we really take it?
You saw how many troops they've already lost. Just plain math will tell you there can't be that many of them left back at the fortress. At least I sure hope not.
And I am sure Houses Karen and Geraint would be willing to lend us a few squadrons in return for the aid we provided them.
Agreed. And their militaries are both formidable indeed. I'll have to factor their support into our strategies moving forward. And what of you, Ash? Will you be joining the fight at Aryan Road?
Yes, I will. Though I do appreciate the concern, Your Majesty.
As long as you're sure you can handle it. Do not hesitate to retreat if it becomes too much for you. House Rowe's forces aside, we now have the added threat of Gerald and his mercenary band to contend with. The very same mercenary band you had been looking for, is it not?
Yeah. One of them in particular, a warrior known as the Ashen Demon, felled my entire company back before I met you. Not sure I'm looking for revenge exactly, but I do want to surpass them, no matter what it takes.
I see. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Sorry, I wasn't really trying to hide it or anything. Just never came up, I guess.
I believe I understand. Overcoming Gerald and his mercenaries is what drives you in life.
Yeah, you could say that. It's the closest thing to a goal I have, for sure.
In any case, those people cannot be taken lightly. I'd like to avoid crossing blades with them as much as we can. Though we'll likely encounter them sooner rather than later. Imperial forces are still encamped in the former Arendelle territory, after all.
Right. We'd better be ready for anything.
Azure Gleam. Conspiracy in the air. Having laid Lonato low, the kingdom's army proceeds south. Count Rowe, who had prior declared fealty to the Empire, surrenders, and Aryan Road falls back into kingdom hands. With its foothold in the west lost, the Empire amasses troops in the former Arendelle territory to the south, prompting the army of Fargus to strike before Adrestia can regain its footing.
It's nice Aryan Road fell with little more than a hand wave. but it's hardly comfortable knowing the enemy is still on our doorstep.
Comfortable or no, we must take what few chances we do have to rest. Battle will be upon us again before we know it.
Not to mention the fortress is still a target. I mean, who wouldn't want their very own impregnable stronghold?
Our spies report that the enemy plans to mount such an attack from Arendelle land.
Arendelle, huh? It's been 2 years since the territory came under the Emperor's control. The wind carries rumors that Edelgard has been keeping Lord Arendelle imprisoned in his home since then. If it's true, no. Were the enemy to strike and the fortress city to somehow fall, our path forward in this war would grow exceedingly perilous.
The West doesn't face the kind of constant threats we do, so there aren't as many strongholds here as in the North, right?
Basically. Though my uncle did say that started to change at least a tiny bit in the past couple of years.
In other words, the entire western region of the kingdom is likely to fall into enemy hands if we retreat from Aryan Road now.
Indeed. Which is exactly why we must take the offensive and restrain this Imperial snake before it can sink its fangs into us.
Hey, it'll be nice to strike first for once. It feels like we've been on the back foot for a while now.
Right you are. And remaining on perpetual defense would only lead to more meaningless, preventable deaths.
Offense is the best defense, I always say. We'll crush anyone who has the gall to stand against us.
There you go, getting carried away again. Look at them, all stunned into speechlessness.
Your Majesty, I bear terrible news.
Calm yourself. What is it?
The convoy escorting Count Rowe to the capital has been attacked by an unknown assailant. They've sustained heavy losses, and it seems Count Rowe has gone missing amid the chaos.
I see. And these assailants, we know nothing about them?
Very little, Your Majesty. The survivors claim to have been attacked by numerous mages.
Mages? No.
What's wrong? Do you know who it is?
You saw the court mage Cornelia during our battle at Ferdiad, yes? Well, she disappeared almost immediately after. It's likely she has been burrowed away in western Fargus ever since. Which leads me to wonder if this attack wasn't her handiwork somehow. It's merely a feeling, though. I'd like to look into it further if possible. But something tells me the Imperial soldiers won't wait around patiently while we go off hunting for clues.
Perhaps you should send a separate unit to investigate, while we attend to the Empire.
Yes, that would be prudent for now. We cannot afford to lower our guard for even a moment.
Hey there. A moment of your time?
My instruction comes at a high price. Don't neglect your daily studies. My instruction comes at a high price. Don't neglect your daily studies.
Hey, what's wrong? Something on your mind?
Kinda, yeah. Remember before when we were talking about my mom? The more I think about it, the more I'm realizing she really was a strange person.
What do you mean?
Exactly that. Everything about her was kinda just a mystery. I've spent hours trying to puzzle out how she might have ended up in that remote village, but I keep coming up empty. I mean, someone that smart is rare even in the biggest cities, right? She practically knew everything. Even using magic was a breeze for her.
She may not have talked much about her past, but can you think of anything she mentioned that could give you a clue? Maybe something about the people she knew, or unique things she owned.
If she did, it's not coming to me. She's been gone so long now. So yeah, nothing really springs to mind. I don't even have any mementos to remember her by.
Then we'll just have to investigate. I'll help.
Investigate? As in my mom? Where'd that come from?
Well, both of my parents died in an epidemic when me and my siblings were still very young. I still have some hazy memories of them. Food they used to make, that kind of stuff. But that's really all I have left. And since they were commoners, there's almost no record of them. All my searches came up empty. I know how much that hurts, so it's not hard for me to sympathize with what you're going through.
Huh.
Really, it's just so I can get my own closure. We don't have to do it if you don't want to.
All right, I'm in. I'd love to learn some more about my mom. Okay then, how are we doing this thing?
The most sensible place to start would be talking to people who knew her.
I doubt anyone in the village really remembers her, though. We weren't exactly the most social family.
Still, someone must have known her. It's impossible to stay completely unnoticed in those small mountain towns. It's entirely feasible one of the villagers can tell us something. Or, what about the village chief?
If anyone's gonna remember her, it's him. But for all I know, he could be dead by now, too.
Then we'll just have to send a letter and find out. And if we never get a response because no one there can read, well, in that case, we can go ourselves.
Guess it's worth a shot. I feel kind of bad sending a messenger out that far, but we might as well see what happens.
Great. Now come on, let's get started on that letter.
Well, well, just the gal I wanted to see. I've got a bit of a favor to ask. You know that special sword you fight with? Well, I was wondering if you'd let me take a peek at it.
Sure, if you want. Can't say I expected this kind of interest coming from you, though. It'd be one thing if it were Dimitri or Felix asking. You know how they get about weapons. But you?
You do remember I'm the heir to House Gautier, don't you? I've been studying the art of combat ever since I was just a kid.
Well, you always skip out on training, so... Anyway, here. This work?
It sure does. What a weird sword. You know what it's made of? It doesn't look like iron or steel to me.
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I have no idea.
What about how you can make it appear right out of thin air? Is that some sort of magic?
Nah, not exactly. It kinda just comes to me when I call it.
Well, that's vague. One more question then. Would I be able to use your sword if I wanted to?
Doubt it. The thing vanishes the second I let go of it. But hey, why do you want to know so much about it anyway?
I guess I was just thinking how nice it'd be if there were more weapons like yours out in the world. You know, a hero's relic can take down hundreds or even thousands of soldiers in a single swing. Depending on who's doing the swinging, of course. But as soon as the wielder dies, that's it. If you don't have a crest, it's nothing more than a fancy-looking hunk of whatever they're made of. Of course, that wouldn't be an issue if everyone could just use a sword like yours.
Maybe so, but that doesn't make it possible. I mean, there's still so much even I don't know about it.
Right. It's not like you can just make a second one or something.
That's actually a pretty interesting idea. You've given this a lot of thought, haven't you?
Hey, you're talking to the future Margrave Gautier here, remember? Of course I'd think about this kind of stuff. After all, us nobles wouldn't have nearly as much work to do if everyone could fight with the relics. And then I could spend all my time flirting with you instead.
Yeah, not interested. Don't make me tell Ingrid about this.
Harsh, though I do like that about you. Come on, let's see that sword of yours a little more.
Time certainly does fly, Ash. Why, it's already been 1.5 years since you became a knight. Still, it must be difficult working in such unfamiliar lands. Are you doing well?
Yeah, I'm great. Everyone in the capital has been really nice, honestly. If anything, I guess I'm still just unsure if I have what it takes to be a knight.
Do not give in to doubt. Remember, most knights currently in the service of House Blathid only entered the castle after I became king. You have fought with me for much longer, and so in that sense, you have the advantage.
Sure, but I'm not nobility. I don't even have a crest. So, I want to repay you for appointing me, even if it costs me my life.
I see. Tell me, Ash, what exactly does knighthood mean to you?
Huh? I'd say knights are loyal to the king, and willing to give their lives to protect the crown and their people. That's right. Right?
That is indeed what many claim a knight should be, but reality is rarely so rosy. Put bluntly, it is the job of a knight to dispense death. The code of chivalry emphasizes loyalty, yes, but this is only to ensure knights remain under the complete control of their lords.
Well, I mean, I guess that's true.
I have no quarrel with your dedicating yourself to such a code, but there is no need to stake your life upon it.
But...
My closest friend was a knight who served the royal family. He was near to my own age, and I admired him greatly. But one day, I watched him die. He stood his ground and fought bravely, but his life was snuffed out in the blink of an eye all the same.
You're talking about Felix's brother, right? I remember Lord Rodrigue mentioning him.
His dying screams echo in my mind to this day. My point, Ash, is that there may come a time when you must decide between your loyalty and your life. And though I know this to be a selfish request, when that day comes, I want you to choose life.
Even if it means turning my bow against you?
Especially then. If you find yourself unable to follow through, I beg you to leave the battlefield quietly and with all haste. I pray it never comes to that.
Right. I have something to say, though. I don't think that friend who protected you threw his life away because he was a knight. He just wanted to save his best friend.
Even if it meant destroying futures that might have come to pass had he but lived?
Look, I don't know if what he did was right. So if you're asking me not to throw my life away, I promise that I won't. But I don't think it's wrong to fight to the end for someone that you love.
Well put. Perhaps you're right. In any case, I must be off. I have drills I must attend to. After all, I must do everything in my power to be the sort of ruler worthy of such loyalty.
You've done more than enough, Your Majesty. We all respect you to the ends of Fodlan. Oh, it's so late. I didn't mean to take this much of a detour.
Just getting back?
Hey, Dudu. Hope I didn't worry you.
You didn't. You were in town, yes?
I went to pick up some supplies, but on the way back I saw these flowers blooming, and I just couldn't help but pick some.
Ah, yarrows.
They're used as an ingredient in healing salves, although you can also slap the leaves on your wounds and get mostly the same effect. Oh, and I plan on soaking them in alcohol. It'll produce a liquid that can be used for a wonderful ointment. Though I suppose it would be faster to just use healing magic.
You seem well informed on the subject.
Lonato knew all about it. So I picked up a few things from him.
Lord Lonato had an interest in plants?
Oh sure, he kept tons of botanical encyclopedias and books like that in his room. He loved flowers. He even kept a small herb garden at Castle Gaspar. Hey, you like gardening too, right? I mean, you were always watering the flowers in the greenhouse back at Garreg Mach.
I suppose I do, though I know little of the medicinal properties.
Yeah, I guess knowing how to grow plants is different from knowing how to use them.
Even so, the greenhouse was a treasure to me.
You're right about that. I found flowers there I'd never even seen in Castle Gaspar's garden.
I would like very much to visit this garden of yours one day.
We should go! Of course, a lot has happened since I last saw it, but my younger siblings should still be looking after it.
I look forward to it. Though, how did Lord Lonato come to know so much about medicinal herbs?
He used to serve Grand Duke Rufus. So... maybe he studied them while he was in the capital.
Perhaps.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here chatting away when I should be off making myself useful.
Of course. Medicinal herbs.
What were you thinking? Sticking your nose into some soldier's fight? You have a lot of growing up to do if you're still throwing yourself in the middle of random brawls like that. Keep this up, and House Fraldarius' reputation will be rolling in the mud with you. Not to mention how it reflects poorly on His Majesty, considering he's the one who made you a duke.
I know all that.
Do you? Because you don't look like a man who's achieved some fantastic new enlightenment.
This is rich coming from you. I liked it better when you used to take the heat.
Are you kidding? You were always the one being scolded when we were kids.
Only because you were a half-wit who kept dragging me into your ludicrous schemes.
Was that how it was? Now, whatever you say. But tell me, what's got you swinging your fists around this time?
Nothing specific. I just couldn't back down after getting involved.
You really need to start being more careful. Look, you've even got a bruise going. Who knows what would happen to Fargus if we lost you?
I won't say you'd be fine without me, but you do know I could fall in battle any day now, right?
Bite your tongue, Felix. Just think for 2 seconds. What would happen to Fargus? And to His Majesty if you died? He's got too much on his plate already, yet he insists on doing everything himself. War with the Empire, battles outside Fodlan, governing the kingdom, reforming the entire social structure of pretty much everything. If he didn't have you at his side, he'd fall flat on his face.
You speak as though you have no stake in this whatsoever. We're in the same situation. One of these days, you'll inherit the title of Margrave Gautier. Are you ready for that?
I know. Trust me, I am very well aware. Which is why I always act with the utmost integrity.
You're the complete opposite of integrity. Though I suppose you have been attempting to shake some of your old habits recently.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to pat me on the back every once in a while.
You're like a baby that just learned to walk. A pat on the back would only knock you over. You can try to make up for your past actions all you want, but that kind of thing isn't easily swept aside. The sooner you realize that, the better.
That tongue of yours is sharp as ever, I see. Never change, Felix.
I guess I was a touch reckless this time, as much as I hate to admit it. So I'll give you that much.
You saw one too. Glad it wasn't just me.
There you are, Ash. I've been worried sick about you. You were white as a sheet during our training earlier, and I was concerned you had taken ill.
No, I'm sure that was all just in your head.
That's not your usual carefree smile.
I guess I can't hide anything from you, huh? Truth is, I turned my ankle during practice. Thankfully, it's all right, but... well, it reminded me of the time I saw a ghost when I was a little kid.
Wait, a proper ghost? Oh, what did it look like? Did it say anything? What was it wearing? Oh dear, I'm sorry. I let myself get carried away there. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
No, it's all right. I can't let myself live in fear of it forever. So on that day, my brother took sick with a fever, and I went into the mountains to look for medicinal herbs. As I was walking along some unstable ground, I saw a large figure in the fog.
And you're sure there wasn't anyone else on the mountain with you that day?
Yeah, I was definitely alone up there. Plus, when I tried saying hello, the figure didn't answer. I knew then and there it was a ghost, and in my hurry to escape, my foot slipped, and I turned my ankle.
Well, it's important to be careful about where you step.
Wait, that's your takeaway? The story doesn't scare you at all?
Not really. If I'm honest, I heard a similar tale some time back. A long time ago, a man on a pilgrimage saw a strange, shadowy figure deep in the Ogma Mountains. He panicked and began to scream, thinking it a ghost or some other manner of evil omen. But in truth, it was none of those things.
Wait, so if it wasn't a ghost, what was it?
It was his own shadow reflected in the mist.
What? Then maybe what I saw was...
I can't say for certain, but it may have simply been a trick of the light.
Oh gosh. I feel silly for being afraid of my own shadow for so many years.
It's quite understandable for you to mistake it for a ghost, especially since you hadn't heard the story about the shadowy figure.
Thanks, Mercedes. That makes me feel a lot better. Hey, but if you have time, you should listen to this guy's story.
Sorry, whose story?
This guy right here. Apparently he saw a real ghost a long time ago.
Ash? You are the only other person here.
What? Come on. He's standing right next... Huh?
You were alone when I found you.
Wait, so you never saw him? What does that mean? Was he,
Mercedes, good. I need your help.
Felix? Why do you have a cat?
Picked it up?
Yes, I can see that, but... Oh no! Its little leg is hurt! Here, let me have it. I may be able to heal it with magic. There. It should be fine now.
Thanks. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. Though I must admit, you're the last person I expected to bring me an injured kitten. It reminds me of how my little brother once took in a cat when we were young.
Hey, that's right. You have a brother from a different father, right?
Yes. This was a long time ago, when we both still lived with House Bartels. My brother took in an injured cat, and after it healed, it began living in the mansion. We did our best to feed it secretly so it wouldn't be discovered.
Secretly? What's the big deal with one little furball?
We couldn't let anyone find out, no matter what. The people in that house were horrid. Had they learned of the cat, they would have put it in a sack and tossed it in the river. Eventually, my mother and I left House Bartels and never looked back, though we left my brother behind. Still, I've always wondered what happened to that poor little cat.
Animals are smart enough. If the thing felt threatened, it would have taken off.
I suppose you're right.
Anyway, now that you've fixed the cat, I should bring it back to where I found it.
Are you sure? It's clearly taken a shine to you.
Yeah, but I can't keep it. The thing's practically a kitten. What if it has parents that, I don't know, miss it?
Yes, I suppose returning it would be best.
All right, go. Shoo! Come on, get out of here already. Stop rubbing my legs. What is it? You want food? Well, I don't have any.
Ah, that cat really likes him. Animals clearly understand when a kind soul comes to their aid.
Mercedes, do something. This cat won't stop following me.
I'm sorry, but there isn't anything I can do. You'll have to wait until it feels like going home. Goodness, really? Having a cat like you is a good thing.
I'm not sure it is.
Well, so long as you're stuck waiting, we may as well get comfortable and have a nice chat.
Time to work you into shape.
Can't...
Oh, you...
Mike.
Accept the gift.
Had I such...
They say.
My duty.
I can make...
Well...
Do you think it's... accomplishing more together. I'll be able... How can I...
Have I
only...
Not bad.
I work.
We've definitely got some work to do.
I can't...
Teamwork can really take you places. Have I?
This better not...
Looks like we're partners today. Go eat.
I will do no such thing.
At least we got through it.
Teamwork can really take you places.
Got to.
For it. I'm getting...
Yeah.
Time to work you into shape.
There's nothing more...
I can work. I believe it.
Changing up. You.
Can't wait to see how you do. Time to work you into shape. proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Hunger is the true enemy.
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
This reminds me of my youth. The days I spent with Glenn and my father.
What a thoughtful gesture. Well, let's eat.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Solid, solid.
Next time, I will treat you to one of my home-cooked meals. You will join us, will you not, brother?
Yes, my dear Flame. I always look forward to your culinary masterpieces.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
Not a fan of Fargus cuisine? I think it's fine enough myself.
It's nice to share a meal with someone who doesn't have an ulterior motive.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Care to make yourself useful?
Counting on you both.
Come on, we'll do it together.
All right, let's give it our best.
We all must do our fair share.
Let's...
Oh, I get things done. You should invite me out like this more often. So, where are we headed? I've been looking forward to this. Come on. Be careful around the branches. The woods will put holes in your clothing before you know it. I hear the opera company is doing what they can to lift people's spirits in these dark times. Uh-huh. Would you cry if something happened to me? I mean, not that anything will, but I'm curious. Ah, hello. Do you have a dream besides continuing on as a mercenary? I mean, how do you imagine your life after the war? Oh, good. Thank you for that wonderful distraction. Oh, and you'd better ask me out again soon. Let me think. Oh. An outing sounds lovely. Where are you taking me? Shall we? Look, a rare flower. Its fruit is really sweet and delicious. That looks delicious. We should bring it back to camp with us and make some dessert with it. I hope I can go shopping again soon. Baking supplies, makeup. There are so many things I want. That's right. I hate fighting, but if both sides have reason to do so, there's no avoiding it. Annie and I have been close ever since we met at the School of Sorcery in Ferdiad. She's the best friend I've ever had. That's right. Is there something you'd like to say? Don't be shy. We don't have many opportunities to leave camp these days. Maybe I should have dressed for the occasion. Hello. Whatever could it be? That's incredible. Thank you for today. I hope we can do it again soon. That should be everything in its place now.
And high time we took a break, if you ask me. Lugging all those boxes was hard work. Hey, why don't you join me for a meal? Might be nice to head into town for once.
I'm not that hungry just yet, though. Oh, I've got it. If you'd like, we could have a tea party. I have a cache of delicious treats we can eat as well.
Sure, I guess I could go for some tea. Where'd that idea come from, though?
Well, I received some sugar recently as a gift from one of the soldiers I mended back to health. I used it to bake the most wonderful confections. I'd love for you to try them.
Huh, that does sound good. And a little something sweet once in a while never hurt anyone.
Then we're settled. Give me just a moment, I'll get everything ready.
Whoa, these are incredible. I've never had anything quite like them before.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm particularly happy with how those turned out.
It does actually taste kind of familiar, though. Almost like the snack my mom used to make.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah, I was raised in this little village off in the mountains, absolutely surrounded by nature. Sometimes, Mom would go out and gather fruit from the trees, then bake things with them.
There's nothing better than a dessert made with fresh fruit. I love them myself. You can knead them into dough and bake them, or preserve them in honey so they can be enjoyed the whole year round.
My mom's stuff was never quite as fancy as the things you make, but they were special in their own way. And even though we didn't have them too often, just one hint of that flavor, and it's like I'm a kid again. Guess they were just that good.
It's wonderful you have that memory to look back on. I can tell the time you spent with your mother was very precious to you.
For sure. Though I don't remember it too well anymore.
Can I ask you something? Do you ever wish you could return to the past? To those days with your mother?
It would be great to go back if I could, yeah. We'd have so much more to talk about now that I'm older. But the past is the past. My mom is gone, and there's nothing I can do to change that.
Yes. Yes, I suppose you're right.
Hey, what's wrong? Was it something I said?
Oh, my apologies. I must have been daydreaming for a moment there. Here, try this one next. I made it specially to pair with the tea.
Sure. Thanks.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Hey there. Need something? Is this it? See you around. Hey there. Need something? See you around.
Well, well. Hello, you. Come back soon, all right?
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Hey there. Need something? See you around.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Hey there. Need something? Is this it? Is this it? See you around. Hey there. Need something? Is this it? See you around.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Hey there. Need something? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? See you around.
Well, how'd it go? Any result's a good result.
I carry a little of everything here. Hope to see you again soon.